So welcome back to Kai Chai Gym. Kai Chai is Cornish for doghouse. Where else do you go when you're in the doghouse but into the gym? Today I thought we'd meet at the bar. This is my garage gym. Quite humble. We've got a frame with a pulley system on it, barbell and weights. We've got a bench and some horrible twist lock dumbbells. So I'm able to do most of what I want to do. Today we're talking about intensity. We talked last time about nutrition and the problems as a paramedic working shifts with following a proper training nutrition program, and how I overcome that. Today we're going to talk about intensity, and that's the intensity of your training. And what I mean by that is how hard you work. So we can come out to the gym, we can grab the 10 kilo dumbbells, we can do 12 reps, 3 sets of 12, and I'm done. I've done what it says on the board. Or I can up that and I can work a bit harder. I can grab the 12 kilo dumbbells, I can do 8 good strong reps with proper mind muscle connections, do 3 nice sets of 8, and I can't do any more. That's the idea with this training to fail. So if I think I could do 9 or 10 reps, I probably need to up the weight a bit more. Or I could grab the 10 kilo dumbbells still and just keep doing reps until I can't do any more. Now they'll work in slightly different ways, but they both can have the same results: increased strength, increased hypertrophy. But if we're coming out and just doing X number of reps for X number of sets with X number of weight, then there's very little point because you're not challenging your body. So the problems with this as being a paramedic is, as well as finding the time to do all this and plan all this and be in the gym long enough, after we've exercised, particularly after we've exercised hard and lifted heavy weights, we're going to have a day or so of post-exercise weakness. So if I've come across that poorly patient and I've got this post-exercise weakness and I need to carry them down the stairs or I need to do a long period of CPR, I'm going to really struggle. And that's not ideal. That's not what we're aiming for as a paramedic. There's also the increased injury risk, particularly if we're lifting really heavy weight. No matter how careful you are, there's always accidents to be had. And of course, there's always the risk of DOMS. If we've done an exercise that we've not done in a while, we're going to spend the entire shift uncomfortable. So I'm going to be sat in an ambulance a lot, walking up and down patients' stairs and thinking, I wish I hadn't worked out so hard because that really hurts. So how do I get around this? Some of it I don't get around, but I can mitigate it by planning really, really well. I've seen a big difference since I started planning properly. I started off with a plan of around a month of planning which muscle groups I'm going to exercise, and I'll work them in complementary groups. So I'll work triceps and chest, so I can do things like bench press, or I'll work glutes and back, so I can do things like a deadlift or squats. And that makes it easy to plan what exercises you're going to do each day. I've moved now onto a new plan where I've even planned down to exactly what exercises I'm going to do each day, and that helps me to not wimp out and not justify not doing things. So if it says it on the plan, I'm more likely to follow that plan, rather than coming out here and thinking, right, I'm going to work biceps today, I've done a set, or I'm tired, I won't do any more of that. So I'll just follow the plan as closely as I can. Also reduces the risk of injury because I'm planning it a bit better rather than winging it on the fly. I can think a bit more about which exercises are duplicating themselves. So if I'm doing a couple of different bicep curls and they work in exactly the same way, it's pointless and it's risking really overloading the muscles. In that plan also, I'm going to plan my nutrition. So on really heavy days, I need to ensure that I'm eating slightly more, or if on days where I'm not exercising, I need to eat less. I'm also going to ensure that I remember my proper hydration. And within my plan, I plan in a good amount of rest days. So at the moment, I work 3 days of exercise and I have 2 days off. During those 2 days off, I make sure I'm eating properly, make sure I'm hydrating properly, and make sure I'm resting properly where I can. And within that plan as well, I'm looking to spread things out sensibly so that I'm not overtraining muscle groups. I don't want to do biceps every day, but I also don't want to do them once every 2 weeks because I'm going to get DOMs every time, or I'm going to lose what muscle mass I'm building. So hopefully that makes sense to you. If I'm talking rubbish, please do tell me. Next time I'm going to talk about consistency, which follows a similar sort of theory that you need to plan it, but we'll talk more next time. And then we're going to move on to recovery, which is quite a big subject. I might have to break that one down into a couple of videos. Excuse the traffic noise. I'll see you next time.